everyone, we're coming to you live from Jenny's kitchen. This is my good friend Jenny. She set it up here for me to make a very important recipe, and that is a recipe given to me by my grandpa back when I was 13 years old. I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was, but I'll just tell you this. I'm going to be 50 next year, so you could do the math. Anyway, the fantastic thing about this recipe is it's very easy to make, but you have to be very particular about it, as told to be by my grandfather. And one of the things that he said to me about it was, I'll say it like this. My friend Jenny was so kind to set things up here in her beautiful, beautiful red kitchen. We have these lovely measuring cups and measuring spoons. Oh, and here's a candy thermometer. And as my grandpa would say, you don't need any of those. What you just need to do is focus on your recipe and how you're doing it. And he eyeballed everything, and somehow this came out beautiful. So what I'm going to tell you, this is cashew brittle. We used to make almond brittle, but today we're using cashews. I enjoy cashews a little bit better, and they're a little bit easier on the teeth and everything. So this is a cashew brittle, kind of a toffee cashew bonanza, if you will. I'm going to talk a little bit about my grandpa. His name was Floyd Chester Watson, and he had a twin brother named Lloyd Lester. So that is a cool thing in and of itself. I mean, if we stop the video here, that would be, you got a lot of great information, right? But I'll tell you even more. He had a lot of different anecdotes about life. For example, out in the cornfield that he had, the way he would deal with the moths is he would take a can of Aquanet out and he would spray it on the moths and their wings would freeze up. The Aquanet hairspray would lock up their wings and they couldn't eat the corn anymore. The other one he had was, if you are out of chapstick and you're out in the cold and you don't know what to do, all you need is a little earwax. And there you go. So I hope that doesn't give you any doubts about this recipe, because it's a knockout recipe, and this came directly from him when I was 13 years old. I had a chance to spend a summer with them, and he and my grandma had me in for the whole summer, and this is what I learned how to make. So I'm going to show you. Without further ado, I am going to show you here. Oh, Jenny's filming, by the way. So if there's any, Hi, Jenny. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay. So I'm going to show you. All I'm using is 1 full cube of butter in here, and I'm just going to turn on. You want to? I don't know if she wants to go. Oh, wrong one. So as you can tell, we're not doing some big fancy movie making here, because I think, she's showing you how to turn on the stove, which is the, okay, and cut. I'm just kidding. Okay, so what we're doing is we take this entire cube of butter and dump it there in the pan. Easy enough, right? Easy. Okay, we have these lovely, I don't even want to mess these up, but my hands are a little buttery, so I'm going to show these lovely red as the rest of the kitchen items. So what we're doing is this butter has to melt. So we're just going to melt this down real quick, right? We should cut it and then maybe. Okay, and we're back. So we've worked on the candy a little bit. It's getting more brown. It probably takes about 10 minutes or so, but you really have to eyeball it. But this is what I want to make sure to let everybody know. If you are from the Watson family, you will know the rule here, and that is the Uncle Robert / Grandpa Watson cooking stance. And that is, you have to step your foot out like this, have your hand on, and sort of lean like this. And you give a lean, and you stir. And you lean, and you stir. So that is the Grandpa Watson, Robert Guy Watson cooking stance. So, just thought I'd let you know that. Anyway, back to the pot. Here we are. So as you see, it starts to look a little foamy. It's kind of like sea foam in a way, right? And is smelling more and more delicious, and it's getting a little more browned. So if I take the spoon out like this, it is, well, you want it right in here, it's going to bubble, and it's going to foam up. Careful, don't drop that phone in there. That would be horrible. Can you imagine? Anyway, so see how it gets that little foaminess to it? So that's when you know it is starting to work. And I'm going to show you a cool little trick here. And that is when I take the spoon up like this and I let it drop. See how it drops like that? It's starting to drop. It's starting to get close. This is how Grandpa Watson taught me how to make it. So see how it drips like that, but it's not doing little threads. What you want is for it to really make a long thread. Not yet, not ready yet. So I'm gonna keep doing this. Keep on stirring. It smells so good in here. And I wanna show you another way to test it. And that is, you have a little mug of just cold water right here. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and I'm gonna let it drop into the cold water. And now, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna reach in here and let's see, here we go. Now listen. Oh, it's close to ready. Let's just do the little thread test. Right here. Ooh, it sounds ready. All right. So, it's getting thready. It's thready, it's ready. So next step, take your favorite nut, not Jenny, but, and you pour them right in here. These are cashews. I'm turning off the heat right now, and I'm just gonna fold these cashews in. Now this is when you gotta work quick because it's gonna start setting. It's gonna start, you know, getting all set up, right? So from here, look at all those, oh my gosh, that looks great. From here, we're gonna take it and dump it out onto a cookie sheet, a non-stick cookie sheet that is. And we wanna just pat it down and kind of spread it out. I got it. And I'm gonna put this over here in the sink. It's very hot, so please be careful. And here we are. Now, this is gonna set, and then we have these wonderful little containers. Once this is cooled and set, we're gonna break it up because it's gonna be crunchy and delicious and tasty. And then we're gonna put them in these little containers, and we're gonna give them to people for Christmas. And you will get a chance to taste it in just a moment.